So I'm going to have like a teeny little rant thing very quickly. Yesterday some BT OpenReach engineer was pulling out all our phone cables in the street and accidentally cut mine off, which is nice of them. So when I phoned up my ISP and sort of kind of said, my phone line's been cut off, I think somebody was dicking about with one of the cabinets yesterday and probably did some damage. They said, yeah, sure, we'll get somebody out to have a look at it, but you won't actually get anything until Tuesday, which is now 4 days away. So I was going to be without phone, without internet until then. So I started sort of getting a bit stroppy with them on the text chat on their website, and I said I'm going to start seeking legal advice because this is starting to get silly now. I know this is only one thing and it's not about this particular incident, it's about the whole gamut of incidents. It seems to me that telecommunications companies have a massive problem with trying to keep the infrastructure and also all everything working properly, and it must be a really pain in the backside, a really big pain in the backside to keep all that going. But man, as an end user, I've got a very specific problem in the fact that outside my house I have a telegraph pole and I have one either side, and I'm connected to the one on the right, and if I connect to the one on the right, it then takes me a mile away to a cabinet, which makes my fibre broadband speed that I'm currently paying for full fibre rates for, I'm getting less than 15 meg, which I should be getting about 70. But if I was connected to the one on the left, my next door neighbour on the left is getting 70 meg, which is horrendously frustrating. Can't speak to my ISP about it, they don't deal with it. Speak to BT OpenReach, who own the infrastructure, speak to them, they say they don't speak to the public. Got through to a human being and actually said, this is my problem, and he went, yeah, I know what you're going to say, and I know that you're alluding to, even though it's quite a simple job to do, there's a reason why we didn't do it in the first place, which is how the planners go about it and make all their money, and they planned it that way for certain particular reasons. If we changed yours, we would have to change everybody's all up and down the country, which means then that our infrastructure will probably collapse in on itself and make more problems for us than it would good. So basically he said, stuff it, doesn't matter what you say, what you pay, or even what you threaten, we're not going to do anything about it, purely for the fact that we don't care. He didn't say those particular words, but it was like, you know, and I sort of sat back and thought about it and went, I'm moaning about my next door neighbour's getting 70 and I'm getting 15, and it's like, oh, if you know me, I'm only getting 15 meg, and it's like first world problems and all that. But it's a little bit annoying that I still have to pay the same amount as my next door neighbour on the fibre route to still only get like way less than half what he's getting. Shouldn't I just have to pay half of what he's getting, or half of what he's paying? I don't know. It's not his fault. It's not my fault. Apparently it's nobody's fault, and it doesn't matter what I do or say about it, nothing's going to change. So at least I've got my answer. But the guy from BT OpenReach did say, keep an eye out because there's going to be new technologies that are going to be coming through that may help, which, what's that then? I have to wait for magic to happen or wait for some alien technology to be back engineered so I can get speeds that are slightly better. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that they get sort of Wi-Fi networks or wireless networks and things like that to work properly and better. How come is it? It's always run by just money, isn't it? It's just money all the time. If you're in a city, you're going to make more money by putting in a better infrastructure, hence why everybody in cities have got big broadband speeds. Well, not necessarily everybody, but most of them, or got them available at least. And everybody in the rural communities just get sort of like, you know, meh, well, it costs us too much money to put all that in, so we're not going to do it. I can see their point in some respects, and I suppose I live out here because I don't want to live in a city. So I suppose I have to take the good with the bad, and that's one of the bad. But a little bit of a rant over.